Yo, what's going on? Oh man, I feel so fat today. Um, Gained every pound back. You believe that? That fast? It was what? A couple months ago? I was 194. Now I'm back to 240. What the hell's going on? My body accumulates fat rapidly if I don't keep an eye on it. So that's got me a little winded and tired all the time. I just wanted to show you guys these holsters going out. I wanted to give you some updates on some changes I've made, especially this one. I used to leave the bottom open for the thread protector to hang out the bottom. I don't see a reason for that if it can be covered. I think people will definitely like it better like that. If you're concerned about like a drain hole or something, you can always drill a little hole in the bottom of it. It's not a big deal. But I think from now on, the whole gun will be covered with Kydex. In this case, it's the leather texture. A lot of people like that leather texture, man. The leather texture is great because for some reason, you've heard it in other videos, it doesn't flex as much as the regular Kydex does. It's very strong. And I don't have a clue why. It just is. It's stiffer. So this is going out today. FN Tactical Threaded Barrel RMR, or whatever you want to call it, a red dot cut. Okay. To me, as far as pancake holsters go, I think this is the best way to make them on a nice curve so it holds close to your body. And the most importantly, these belt loops are the most important thing as far as the holster being close to your body. These kind of belt loops allow it to get closer to your body. Now, if I put box loops behind there, now the holster is going to be sticking out 3/4 of, maybe an inch. That's a lot. So I recommend if you order a holster, well, I don't even use the box loops. Some people request them and I'll put them on, but I try to steer them away from that. But these are the typical ones I use. It keeps the gun flat against the body. And I have these 1.5 inches up to 1.75. I haven't found a pair of 2-inch ones. I look all the time. Because I know, but I can get 2-inch belt loops of another style. So this came out great. Okay. And as you can see, I do not have a ready mold for it, so I had to make one out of a blue gun. But if you do it right and you prepare it the right way, everything's about preparation if you're thinking about making holsters. Perfect preparation equals perfect results at the end. Just like you're building a window, framing out a window or a door, the more square it is, the more nice it's going to look when you're done. It's the same thing with anything. So what I do is I over prepare them. Okay, I took all the wood off and all the tape off, but I do leave the trigger guard filled in with wood and that big fat dowel for the threaded barrel. So if you don't prepare it good, the holster will have all kinds of wavy looks. It won't have nice clean lines here. The nice clean lines in the back. You know, I use aluminum here. Instead of leaving a lot of holster makers, what they'll do, if they don't have a clean mold, the controls here, some of them, I'm not saying all of them, they really won't black it out. They'll just heat it so the plastic raises a little and you can get the gun out. I'd rather block it out because it looks better and it's less friction on the gun and less drag, as they call it. Okay, so that's that one. This is a Smith & Wesson Shield, and The guy, well, he didn't request it. He picked 2 soft belt loops, which you can, and an FBI can also, and a red dot cut. Now this will fit the Shield Plus 3.1. So you'll have the drop box will come down, and you'll see Shield Plus. When it hits Shield Plus, you'll get the different barrels. You'll have the 3.1 and the full size Shield Plus, so there's no mistakes. This particular one is a Shield Plus 3.1 inch barrel, which means it'll fit the regular Shield. Doesn't matter. Because the only thing different with a Shield Plus is the grip's a little fatter because it holds more ammo, but it doesn't come into play with the holster at all. Okay? So another thing about these is when you're making these, I get emails, you know, I might start making holsters. Can you give us, you know, one guy said, I don't expect you to tell us, you know, every little detail, which I won't, and no one's going to do that. You don't want anyone to know your fine detailed things you figured out, because it took you a long time to do that. But the basics, what the fuck was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, so even if you get a precision mold like this, an advanced holster mold like this, to me, so I don't have to fuss with it when the holster's done, sometimes it'll make it too tight. Even though it's a premium mold, it still sometimes will make the holster too tight. Not everyone likes it tight. Even with, these are for the tension screw, these 2 pieces of aluminum. Even with the tension screw all the way out, it's still tight. So what you got to do is, what I do is I tune the holster molds. I tune them till it clicks hard going in and yet easy to get out. That's the whole, you know, that's my whole goal, to get it like that. So what I did was I got wood filler. It's kind of like Bondo, and I filled in half the trigger guard, left a little bit room for a divot so it clicks, yet it's easy to get out. Very easy to get out, and it still has a positive click. So if you tune your mold, some of the molds are ready to go. Some of them you'll get, and it's perfect every time, but it's very rare. Okay, so remember, when you get my holsters, they're very tuned in. You're going to not fuss if they're too tight, or you can't get it out, or it's too loose. It will not go out. I test and test and test and test, because I buy a mold and I buy a very in-spec Rings blue gun. So it fits as perfectly as I can get it anyway. So there's that. It's one of the, you know, because a lot of you guys probably don't know what's involved in making these holsters. I mean, you're not just stamping them out, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things you got to do. And every mold holster is different. They're all tweaky this way or that way. So as you go through them, it takes a long time to get them tweaked. Now here's another one. So this is a full-size Smith & Wesson M&P, which fits the 9mm and the 40 caliber, and it will also fit the M&P Compact, the Glock size M&P. It fits that perfectly. So another mold, superior mold they had for this, because it's a popular gun. They don't make superior molds for all the guns, just the popular ones, which irritates the shit out of me. So I even had to tune that mold. It's because if you see the trigger guard, you'll see a slanted piece of aluminum there. I had to put in the trigger guard because the gun's too hard to get out. Too hard to get out of the holster. So now it snaps in nice and it glides out of the holster. Okay? And it comes right out. Another good thing is, of course you have a tension screw. You can make it any way you want. But to me, it has to come out nice and easy and goes in with a click. So if you fall, roll around, hop a fence, whatever the fuck you're going to do, the gun's not going to fall out. Okay? You got to remember, I make a lot of holsters for law enforcement, And them guys made me better at it. Very fussy, because even off duty, there's the detective guys. They don't wear a uniform, and they kind of wear off-duty holsters. Like, they don't wear them level 2, level 3 holsters. They wear ones like this. So even they get in a situation sometimes where they're running, sometimes, and they gotta, climb a fence or do something athletic, and they don't want the holster falling out. You know what I mean? So they got me to make them extra pay attention to everything in detail, so they're happy. Plus, I don't want to be responsible if some guy's gun falls out and I get a phone call, yo, what the fuck, dude? You know. So that's that. What else do I want to tell you? Because I draw blanks a lot. I still am carrying the Glock 43, because you guys know. I handled the gun. No money for this video. Oh well, I don't give a shit. Anyway, Glock 43. I've been carrying it for a while now. I only shot it a couple times because the range is ain't available locally, and I'm really lazy. I don't want to drive an hour to go shoot, especially, outside. It's hot, I'm a dick. I like to go inside, nice and air conditioned, have a good time. Tactical drills and all that stuff, I did it once or twice. It's the best thing you can do, but it's just something I put off, which I should not. But it's a Glock 43. I'm dying to get a better trigger for it, because it's so reliable, because I've had them in the past. And the only thing that sucks, it don't suck, but compared to the guns they're making now, everyone's manufacturing these new guns. A lot of them have real nice triggers now, because they know that's what the people really want now. So Glock still makes their stock trigger, which isn't horrible, but it hits a very hard wall. And when you pull through that wall, it really makes the gun move. So the best trigger, I think, to put in a Glock is an Apex trigger. But I can't find one for a 43. I got one in my 43, my 45 9mm. So nice, soft, positive break. Makes such a difference. Doesn't move the gun. So I've really been shopping around for a 43 Apex, which I know they're making it, but the availability is the problem. I don't even know if they released it yet, but I know they're going to be like impossible to get for the first couple months or year, because everyone's going to be buying them. But I like the Glock 43. I've been back and forth with it. It's a tough little gun, Got nice sights on it, just 3-dot nice sights, nothing, no Wilson Combat sights or Trijicon, nothing real expensive. As long as they're steel, and they're, what the hell's this shit called they put in them? I forget. As long as they're steel and they're night sights, to me, it's fine. The only thing you can go wrong on sights, to me, is if plastic. You drop the gun, you could chip it. Like the Glock stock sights, everyone changes them because they're plastic. So, although you can get Glock stock sights in steel, which I shoot good with those sights because I have bad eyes. So this still carrying this. A little holster inside the waistband. I'm not a fan of the FBI can. I like carrying it straight up and down. For some reason, it stays more put when it's straight up and down. But most people like an FBI can. So, got a Ruger GP100, sorry, because I needed a revolver, and I think it looks amazing in black. Usually I go with stainless, but it looks so good in black. So if you guys are stainless guys with revolvers, try a black one. I'm telling you, at least one. You'll love it. They're so beautiful. I think that's it, right? If you want to see more in detail handling of guns and taking them apart, and you got to go over to the Patreon channel. That's the only reason, because YouTube is really uptight about that. It's only going to get worse. I'm just waiting for the day when they just say no gun channels at all. As long as we have this administration in office, it's going to happen. Because they're coming after us secretly. Remember that. They're not saying it. They're coming after us secretly hard. Okay? Trust me. Look around. Look at some videos what people are talking about. Alright guys, sorry for the long video. Haven't talked to you in a while. That's why I had a lot to say. I'll talk to you guys soon.